Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and vapors of all types. How we all doing tonight then? Well, I say tonight, I recorded this last night. But we are back with yet another vape review and a couple of drinks tonight. And why? Because, why not? I gotta have a couple of drinks, I'm sure. Now I'm going to say this is my third or fourth attempt at recording this. Because of unforeseen circumstances not quite working out for the review. But anyhow, we will get cracking on. So what is in the video today? Well, today I'm sitting, let's say, I'm having a bottle of beer and a small dram. And why not? Because I can. And right this moment we are vaping on Kel's newest mod, which is the Drag X, which is the same as our Drag Mini, just single battery, 18650, and it's changeable. But that's not what we're here to review. But I'm quite impressed with this wee mod. I mean, it is only a single battery, and it will go up to, well, it comes off site, tell me it's max power, 80 watts. So not quite as good as the Clockwork one, but we're running at 60. It does use the same pods. This is just the extended pod as our Drag X. It is magnetic, so it just clips in. When you get it right, it just clips in. Away you go. But on this channel, we do not review mods. No, we don't. Now, for those that are new, you're probably saying, well, what do you review? Why are you uploading this video if you don't review mods? Well, we'll get round to what we do, if you've not seen my videos already. If you have, I apologise, but you're going to put up with this, or skip ahead. Choice is yours, doesn't bother me which. We review oils on this channel. And why? Because if you want a review of a mod, just put your mod in the search bar. Just go up to the search bar, type in the mod you want to get a review of, put a review at the end of it, and you'll get loads. You'll get hundreds of videos reviewing it. I do hope you can't hear outside too much. That could be an issue. I'll find out in editing. If you can, I apologise. I am recording this at night, and I do live across the road from a pub. I do also need to have my window open, or else I set off my smoke alarm, which is why we had to cancel the first recording of this. So, why do we review oils? Because it's simple. I'm trying to put the information out there of what oils are out there. I've just picked up the wrong mod for this bit of the video. I need to stick to the Drag X at the moment. We do the oils because there's not a lot out there, and I want to pass on information to the viewers at home about what oils are out there and how I rate them, me personally. Now that doesn't mean if I say an oil is bad, I dislike it. It just simply means it's not up to my taste, or there's something about it I dislike. It doesn't mean it's a bad oil. Now, I have done a few from the large company, and I also believe we done the Juice Lab. I believe we done two from the Juice Lab, which is what I'm vaping at the moment in Kel's Drag X. Which, if you want to check them out, go back and look at some other videos. I caught it. Sorry, Kel. It serves me right for me. So, if you're interested in some of the vape oils I've reviewed, I mean, this is only my third or fourth video. I was going to say my second or third, but I'm sure it's my third or fourth. Go back, have a look, and you'll see what I mean about what we do. And you'll see what I think of some of the other oils. I do change them around, usually video from video, like the way I do it. I keep trying to add new bits in and things like that to rate them, things like that, instead of just telling you what I think of them. I did add in a out of 10, I'm sure it was. I'm sure it was out of 10. Maybe I should have checked that before I started this. But anyway, what are we reviewing today? Well, I'm going to jump in with this one here, the Just Jam, which normally, I'm going to say this just now, usually comes in a wee cardboard box which I've sitting here. But unfortunately, during the first review, the bottom of the box got screwed up so it doesn't hold anything in it anymore. But what you do get in it, I've just realised to put it away as well, is you get a flyer for your battery skin or your battery wrap. Is it safe? Yada yada yada. It gives you 2 wrong examples and 1, this is safe. Which, yeah, fair dues if you've got curiosity, yeah, it does help, but you can also, again, you can YouTube that or Google it, whatever, to find out. Now, what you do get in the box as well is you get the wee flyer, and it also tells you different vape flavours they've got out, which again is, yeah, it's quite handy. So I keep looking around just in case it's sitting nearby, which I don't think it is. So in the box you get the flyer, you get your bottle of Just Jam, which in this one is Just Jam Sponge apparently, UK. You do get a Just Jam battery wrap. Not that it's going to open for me because it's on camera, of course. You'll just need to take my word for it, that is a battery wrap. Oh, wait. Now we can get open from this end. Yep, there we go. And it closes as soon as I go hold it up to the camera. And won't open again. Can we get it? Can we? Wait, stay open. Hold it up to the camera like that. As a wee battery wrap. Which, if you need a battery wrap every time you buy a bottle of oil, you're doing something wrong. And here's Nico. You're really doing something wrong if you're screwing up your battery wrap every single time you buy a bottle of oil. You need to put another one on. But as a wee freebie, it is nice. And then you do get a wee Just Jam e-liquid tank band. It's quite good, that. I actually quite like that. I like getting the bands in it. Again, you shouldn't need one every time you buy a bottle of oil, but never hurts to have a spare, and I suppose same with the battery wraps, doesn't hurt to have them around. And I suppose if you ever know somebody that is bad for bursting their batteries, I'm not going to say that it's you. Some of the mods I've had in the past were bad for tearing battery wraps. I will say that much. So yeah, I can see the point in it being handy. But as a wee freebie thrown in the box. Oh, sorry, I'm really enjoying that. I'm not going to tell you what jam's in there. All I'm going to say is it's a rather famous Tennessee with bourbon. It's not whiskey, it's a bourbon. Yeah, and the glass sort of tells you on the front as well. I'm not going to say it, but I'm sure you can read it from there. If you're wondering what's in the glass, it's what's called whiskey stones. Instead of ice cubes, you put them in, you soak them, put them in the freezer, and freeze them. And they work really quite well. I like them. Kel got me them for Valentine's Day, I think it was, and I've used them quite consistently ever since I got them. And before you say, I'm trying to be silly in my video, I'm not actually drunk. So we do have the Just Jam in the good old fashioned small loaf, and for those that are new and are interested, how do I rate them with a sub-ohm tank? Well, you see here, I've got 2 mods. They both have the same tank on the top. The 2 tanks do run the same coils, which are the single mesh Fat Rabbit coils. Now, I know some folk are like, oh yes, but this coil is so much better. Yeah, there possibly is better coils out there for it. But these are the ones I like. And why is that? Because they seem to last for ages. I mean, I've had 2 coils for that. I've had the single mesh and I've had the quad coils. Now you may be wondering, why do I say quad coils like that? I say mesh quite upbeat, and then quad coils. The reason why is I've had 3 or 4 of the quad coils, and every single one I've had running at its minimum watts, apart from maybe the first one, maybe ran at its maximum watts, but every other one I've ran at its minimum watts, which I think is 60 watts, has burnt out within 2 days. Yeah, that's not very good to me. You know, having to buy a coil at £4, well, excuse me, £4 a pop per coil every 2 days. Yeah, that's not that great to me. That's not great value. Where the single mesh coils, I can put them in, run them at 80 watts, which is the maximum, and I'll easily get through a 50 to 100ml bottle before they even think about being replaced. Now, the quad coils, I'll get half a bottle, 50ml bottle if you're lucky, in 2 days, at minimum wattage. Or the single mesh coil, I can get a week out of easily a week, on average, run at its maximum watts, great flavour, great clouds out of it. Now yes, I will admit, the quad coils you did get nice flavour and you did get a nice cloud. But still, I'm weighing up a week easily, 7 days to 4 days. Right, to 4 days to 2 days. Yeah, do the maths. £4 every 7 days, £4 every 2 days. It soon works out as a hell of a lot cheaper just to get the mesh coil, the single mesh coil, sorry. So hence why, in my opinion, I will always run the single mesh coils. I may try others. I just go for the mesh coils because they're a safe bet. So I may run others and go see what's out there. And I do apologise for people that know all this that are having to sit and just watch along. But anyway, onwards and upwards with the actual reviews. So we'll do the Just Jam to start with, then we'll get on to the second liquid. That's right, I do 2 liquids in my videos, for those that don't know. Well, I have had Just Jam before. I'm going to say it was over a year ago I last had Just Jam. Why have I left it so long? Because I like varying out, I like trying new flavours. Well, we'll say that is Just Jam and sponge, right? Now, it's a strawberry jam. But you can also taste the sponge right away there. You know what, you're in... There's no two ways about that. It does taste like a school sponge cake. Well, my generation's school sponge cake. You know, which was always... They always had that... You could always taste the jam on top, but it was always predominantly the sponge. Usually served with a wee bit of custard. Usually had the choice of jam sponge or chocolate sponge. To be fair, I like jam, so I usually went for the jam one. Now, I know... Well, a lot of folk are going to be going on. Well, I don't like the sponge. Well, there is other flavours out there. And if they stand up to this, it is really quite impressive. I mean, you get a good cloud out of it. Listen, the flavour's there. On the inhale and the exhale. And it doesn't really change much on both the inhale and the exhale. You can taste the strawberry, you can taste it's a jam. I mean, I know that sounds weird, but you literally can tell it's a jam, not just a strawberry sweet. It's a proper jam taste. And then you can taste the cakiness from the sponge, which I quite like. I'm a cakey and a sweetie type person. That's what I like to vape. So yeah, I'm going to say outright, that is really quite nice. I did do, I'm sure I brought out a 10 out of 10 review. It was either out of 10 or out of 5, I can't remember. I'm sure it was out of 10 though. So, what am I going to give that? Well, I'm running it on the Fat Rabbit on top of the Snow Wolf. The 218 I'm sure the Snow Wolf is. And I'm going to give that a very strong 8.5 bottles out of 10 for its flavour, its cloud size. You know, I could vape that quite happily all day. You know, it's not exactly overpowering, but it's not a weak flavour either. You can taste everything that's meant to be there. I mean, it is a Just Jam on sponge. You can read that on the front of the bottle. Well, hopefully you can. Hopefully you can. I do apologise for my light here reflecting off. So yeah, you seriously can taste it. It's a jam sponge. Maybe I'm trying to decide if there's a hint of custard at the background of that. So it doesn't really say anything. I'm not going to sit and read all the ingredients. There could be a very slight hint in the background of custard, but I'm not 100% sure if there is. Is it just a bit nostalgia coming in? is a bit of my brain tricking me, thinking it should be there, so it's adding the flavour? I don't know, but it's really quite nice. Now, I've had it just jamming over a year. But these oils I'm doing today are the end of lines at my local shop. That just goes to show that I'm not saying that they're bad, because that's just jam. That's a really strong 8.5 out of 10. But it's the end of a line. Why is it an end of a line? I don't know. Maybe it's not their best sellers. It's not my shop, so I can't say. I don't run it. I've got no real reason to go asking why they're getting rid of oils or things like that. God knows. I do know that there has been reasons in the past for them to stop stocking oils, which have been good sellers. For example, one of them was really bad. I even found this in my own personal life. As you try and buy from their shop online. Now, bear in mind, me compared to my local shop, I was buying 2 or 3 bottles. They're buying 100 bottles. But you'd place an order in, and you'd wait, and you'd wait, and you'd wait, and you'd wait, and they'd never get back to you. And then a week would go by, you'd get in touch with them, going, I've placed this order. Oh yes, we're working on it. You'd wait another week, and then you'd get in touch with them again. Yes, we're working on it. Their customer service was poor. So I know a few shops stopped stocking them because they got sick of trying to put orders in, and then a fortnight down the line, they're still waiting to have their order filled. It's not a good business model, that. It really isn't. I do apologise again if you can hear voices outside. If not, I look like the villain apologising for something you can't hear. So anyway, I've got Major Sex here, another fat rabbit. And this one is Mum's Home Baked, flavour base, butterscotch custard. And I'll hold that up to the camera so you can get a wee view of that. I do seem to do that with a lot of my reviews, it's hold everything up to the camera, but I believe that lets you see how things are going. Right, so what we're going to do, just now I'm actually going to hold it back up, and you can see the oil level. Now that bottle has only filled that tank, which is the fat rabbit at the bottle glass. So I know some of you are going to be sitting there thinking, well, what's with the big gap between the oil level and the top of the bottle? I mean, you'll not see it in this, I don't think. Nope, not really. There's a tiny gap. Fingertips gap there. That's where the oil level is. You can see how close that is to the top of the bottle, compared to this, which is way down here. You can see how far down that is. Now I know a lot of folk, probably like me when I first got it. Now I said this is the end of the line stuff. When I first got it, I went, well, I can see why it's the end of the line. Look how empty the bottle is. Aha! That's the trick. Now, when you buy a normal 50ml bottle of e-liquid, the bottle's actually 60ml, not 50, for the next shot. So you add in your next shot, and that's the bottle full. These ones, the home baked, this one, are home baked, are 70ml bottles, so they're 10ml bigger again. Now, some of you are going to be saying, oh, why are they doing that? Why are they adding in another 10ml on top of that? Well, it's actually a problem I've had in myself with, try that again. It's a problem I've had in the past. When I was on 6ml neck shot, what you'd find is you'd buy a bottle, right? We'll usually just jam here for our argument's sake, because that's another one that has the same problem. You put it in your neck shot, you fill it up, you shake it, all the rest of it. Then you go put in your second neck shot to take it from a 3 to a 6. But there's no room left. So you have to vape 10ml out of this, or you have to take 10ml out and put it in your second neck shot. Which, yeah, it might not sound like a big problem. The way I overcame it is I had a big bottle. I actually used a 100 or 150ml bottle I got to put them in, and then I could put my 2 neck shots in, which is fine, fair dues. But if you're on the go, like when I was on holiday at one point, I went into a vape shop because I needed e-liquid. I was like, can I get this one, and can I get 2 neck shots with it? They went, yeah, no bother, there you go. And then I had no room, sorry, put my light back on here. Then I had no room to put my second neck shot in. I didn't have my big bottle with me. So that left me the slight, well, not the slight problem, the rather large problem of having to vape a 3 ml until I got, well, till I got enough room to put my second neck shot in. Which isn't the end of the world, I'll admit that, but it is a bit of a pain in the arse. Small jump cut there, I do apologise, that was my phone going. So like I was saying, it's not the end of the world, but it is a small pain in the arse when you're having to carry around another neck shot or something like that, waiting to actually put it in. You know, then you've got to find somewhere to actually put it in. You know, because you've got to take the top off the bottle, all the rest of it. It's alright if it's like this one. We can actually unscrew the whole top and then you've got a nice big hole there to put it in. That's alright. But, going back to the Just Jam again, if it's the same as that, where you've got to pry this wee lip here out and then put in, is a problem. Oh, it's not a problem, it's just a pain in the arse. You'll find something, get under it, all that. Where the home baked, you've got the room straight away to put your 2 neck shots in, which is fan-dabby-dozy. So, anyway, let's find out what we make of the home baked butterscotch custard. Yeah, alright. I was going to say something else, but I thought it's original written under it, but it's not. It says 0 milligrams, which is not. It's now 3 milligrams because I've put my neck shot in it. Now, unlike the Just Jam, you just get it. You just get it as the bare bottle with your neck shots on the side. So yeah, nothing special there. But what do we make of the flavour? Well, we'll start with the cloud. Cloud's not too bad. It's quite thick. It's an average cloud, let's be honest. Most vape oils give off the same sort of cloud, but it's not a bad cloud. Get a decent cloud out of that. But what about the flavour, I hear you asking? I hear you asking. Well, like I said, this is like my third time having to try and record this. So, I have vaped a wee bit of it, but I've not topped up any of the bottles. So, just for the simple reason they gauge on that one, for the 2 neck shots. But I have vaped a wee bit of it. And I'm actually going to say I'm more impressed with it now than I was when I've done my first review. Because I wasn't getting the butterscotch through it. But now, try to be fair, you get the butterscotch on the exhale. Not so much, you get quite a strong custard on the inhale. You know, you really do. When you're taking it in, the custard hits your tongue, and you're saying something, well, I can taste the custard, where's the butterscotch? So when you exhale, you really get the butterscotch on the tongue. Flavour wise, it's a medium flavour, it's not overpowering, it's not too strong, but it's not the end of the world. It's not weak either. You can tell what you're vaping again. It is maybe a wee bit, I'm going to say it's maybe a wee bit of a burnt custard paste. It's not a very, there's something there in the background of it. It's not the butterscotch. But on the exhale with the butterscotch, it tastes of butterscotch. It is absolutely lovely. I'm going to safely say that. I quite like that. Is it one I'd rush out to buy again? No. I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. And I feel that's quite an honest opinion of it for me. It's lacking a wee bit. Personally, whatever that background flavour is on the custard, I'm not that keen on it. It's not unpleasant, but by the same token, it's not overly pleasant. You're aware of it, but what is it? Now, the butterscotch on the exhale is nice. It's quite a creamy butterscotch, which if it's with custard, it should be. So, In saying that, just on the flavour alone being a bit of a letdown, I'm going to give it the 6 out of 10. Simply because it is a bit of a letdown compared to my Just Jam, which I hate to say, doing that, vaping the home baked, then jumping onto the Just Jam. The Just Jam is actually improved. You know, you're getting more of the flavour out of it. So, yeah, that shows the sort of flavour level there. You know, the flavour level in the Just Jam is a different level from the home baked. Now, I'm sorry if you work for home baked or you're a fan of them, but to me personally, it's a bit of a disappointment. The rating I gave the Just Jam, it's not going to hit the 10 out of 10. It's going to take something really, really good to hit 10 out of 10 with me. I mean, I'm a big fan of the large vape oil range, and that didn't even hit 10 out of 10. I have done a couple of reviews on that, and even my two favourites out of that, which I'm really keen on, I wouldn't have given 10 out of 10, I would give them 9.5 out of 10, because there's always that wee bit room for improvement. Now, I'm not sure what the prices of these were before they became end of line, but they are end of line now, so I picked them up relatively cheap. So I'm not going to put the prices out there. I did get them from a local vape shop at a quite heavily discounted price, because they were end of line. But would I say I dislike them? No. The Just Jam, I could see me vaping more or less daily. 2 seconds. I do apologise. The Just Jam, I could vape all day quite happily, as a daily vape. The butterscotch custard, I'm sorry to say I am disappointed with the flavour from it. I am quite a butterscotch fan. I like their Werther's Originals and things like that. Butterscotch Angel Delight, all the rest of it. I do like butterscotch. So I was hoping for a bit more of the butterscotch out of that than what I got. But it's not unpleasant. The reason why I'm going to say I wouldn't vape this all day, every day, is that background flavour that I'm picking up. I don't dislike it, but I don't like it. And the fact that I don't like it obviously knocks it down in my opinion and makes it worse for a daily vape, in my personal opinion. So, take from that what you would like, ladies and gentlemen. Boys and girls, if you're under 18, you shouldn't be vaping. But if you're watching this, you very well might be. Take from that what you like. But on that note, I'm going to call it a night, because I'm going to edit this, upload it, all the rest of it, before tomorrow, because I'm going to schedule it. So, when you're watching this, I've already done it all, and it's been scheduled. I hope you enjoy the videos. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Comment down below any other flavours you'd like to see me do, and I'll do my best to do them. See you all again soon. Bye bye.